Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by today for another wonderful tutorial. I welcome all my new subscribers and my old subscribers. I also use this opportunity to say Happy New Year to everyone, and I pray that this new year will be a wonderful one for all of us. So in today's tutorial, I am going to be doing some projects. I'm using some scrap fabrics that I have laying around, and I'm going to be showing how to use it to make these 4 fashion accessories. Alright, so the first one that we're going to make is a sleeping eye mask, and to make that we're going to first create a template. So first you measure like a 7.5 inches on top like this, and then you're going to go ahead and kind of draw out the eye mask on your pattern paper or cardboard like I'm using here. I'm sorry, I don't know how to draw, so this is the best I can do to sketch the eye mask. So after you've sketched it, you're going to go ahead and cut that out. Alright, so here's the template after I've cut it out. So now these are the scrap fabric that I'm going to be using, and the Ankara fabrics are going to be the one for the outside, and the black scrap fabric I have is the lining piece. Yeah, and you'll be using an elastic. Initially I wanted to use these elastics to case it into an Ankara fabric and then use that, but that didn't work out. You also need a warding. The warding will be going inside the eye mask. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and straighten my fabric. I placed both the fabric and the lining together, so I will be able to cut all 3 at once. So these are the three pieces: the Ankara fabric, the lining, and then the warding. Okay. Alright, like I explained before, I wanted to case my elastic in the matching fabric, but I changed my mind and I decided to just use a black elastic. So what you're going to do is get your elastic and you pin it to the side of the Ankara like this, the African print fabric like this, and then you're going to tack it down using your sewing machine or a sewing needle. After that, you're going to place the lining on top of that piece, making sure that the right side is facing you, and then you place the warding. So you're going to be pinning all 3 together: your main fabric, then the lining, and then the warding. So you're going to pin it all around, and you're going to leave like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch opening on top, and this is where we'll be turning it out. So like that, you make sure you leave that opening. So after you've sewn it around, this is what it looks like. Go ahead and notch it all around so it can be easily turned out. So this eye mask is very easy to make once you are able to get the template right. So like right now I'm turning out the mask, as you can see. So you just make sure you turn it out correctly and straighten it out to mold well. So after that, you're going to sew close the opening we left, and you will also top stitch the eye mask all around. So you're going to top stitch all around, and this is what it looks like after I've top stitched it. Like I made 2 different ones, and here is my daughter modeling one of them. See, it's so easy to make. All right, the next one you're going to that I'm going to show you is how to make a scrunchie for your hair. So you're going to cut out a piece of fabric 11 inches in width and about 2.5 inches, 11 inches in length and 2.5 inches in width. Okay, so you're going to fold one end of the fabric like this, and then with right side facing and wrong side facing, you're going to pin it down. So you're going to pin it down on the side like this, and then we'll be sewing that down. So after you've sewn it, this is what it looks like. Now we're going to flip it over to turn it out. So after you've turned it out, you go ahead and give it a good press. Now you cut out a 9-inch elastic, and then you put your safety pin. We're going to insert that into the fabric like I'm showing you here. And after you've inserted it, you're going to join the 2 ends of the elastic together. You're going to use your zigzag stitch to hold the 2 ends together securely so they will not unravel when you push it into the fabric. Alright, so this is after I've secured it, and this is the elastic is secured nicely. Alright, so the next thing is to tuck in the one end of the fabric into the other, like I'm showing you here. So once you tuck it in, make sure that it's all the way in, and then we're going to sew close that end. So you're just going to run your machine through it, and including the elastic underneath will be sewed together with the fabric. Okay, so after you sewn it, this is what it will look like. So this is the scrunchie, and it came out looking very pretty and very easy to make. So I made a couple more of these that I'm going to give out as gifts. Okay. Now the next one that I'm going to show you how to do is a bow tie. So you're going to cut out a piece of fabric 10 inches in length and 5 inches in width, and another piece, another smaller piece about 8 or 9 inches long. All right. So this the smaller one is 9 inches, and then an elastic, a matching elastic that is about 12 inches in length. So what you're going to do is get the bigger, the longer fabric, and you fold it like I'm showing you here. Then you fold it again into two. Alright, so you're going to open it up and bring the two ends in the middle like this, overlapping both like that. You fold it again to make sure you get the middle perfectly. Then you're going to open it up, overlap the two ends in the middle like this. Now you're going to use your needle, and then you're going to do a gather stitch like that. So you're just going to do a gather stitch, and then you pull the thread. Then you're going to use the same thread and tie around like so. After which you just tack it in anywhere on the fabric. So this is what it looks like so far. And now the next thing is to get the elastic. The elastic we cut out, you're going to tack it using your you can use your sewing machine or your needle and tack it together to form a circle. So this is what it looks like. Now you're going to use a glue gun and just place a dab of glue in the middle like that. So this will be the back of the tie. So you're just going to place the elastic like so. So now after you place it, you're going to use the smaller piece of fabric that we cut, and now you're going to wrap it around over the elastic like that. So as you're wrapping, you place some glue so that it can be secured. So you place some glue and keep wrapping until you're sure that it's completely wrapped and the elastic is not going anywhere. Alright, so this is what it looks like after I've wrapped it. Alright, this is the tie. It's very easy to make. It's one of the projects you can use your scrap fabric to make. And I also made another one. I actually gave some of these away during Christmas, and they loved it. Alright, now the next project you can use your scrap fabric to make is a hair bonnet. So for this, you're going to be needing any scrap fabric. I happen to have this laying around. I say, what better way to use it than to use it to make the hair bonnet. So you're going to fold your fabric into two and then fold it into two again like this, and you fold the lining. I'm using a satin lining, the one that will be inside. This is actually a very good bonnet to wear if you have natural hair. So I'm going to be making a jumbo bonnet because I usually wear my hair in braid, and it's very difficult to find a bonnet that will cover your whole hair when you have a braid. So I'm going to be making a jumbo one. I made something previously I made a different type of bonnet before. You can check it out on my channel. That one just used elastic, but for this one I'm using a band as well as elastic. Okay, so after you fold your fabric, I'm using 13 inches. You measure 13 inches and on top, and also on the side you measure 13 inches, and then you're going to take it all around. So we're making like one giant circle. So after you make the circle, you go ahead and cut it out. I'm using my rotary cutter to cut it out because I'm using a certain fabric. It's usually easier to cut with a rotary cutter than my scissors. For some reason, I don't know. So there, you go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so once you cut it out, you're going to have one giant circle like that. So you're going to place wrong side of the satin facing the wrong side of your fabric. And now you're going to pin it down, pin them down at the edge. We'll be gathering the edge together. Remember, we're using a band for this bonnet. So we'll be gathering it later. Okay, so moving on, we're going to cut out the band. So initially I measured my head circumference, which is at 24 inches, and so I cut out here 23, but after gathering my bonnet, it looks like the band will not fit, so I decided to cut a different one, and I cut 28 inches. Okay, so it's better for you to add like 5 inches to your head circumference if you're going to use elastic, so it wouldn't matter, because by the time you put the elastic, you will put it on your hair, on your head, and be able to adjust the elastic accordingly before you cut out the elastic. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. Alright, like I said, the length is going to be the circumference of your head plus an extra 5 inches if you're going to be using elastic. If you're not using elastic, then you're going to be minusing about 1 inch from your head circumference so that the band can fit securely on your head. Alright, so now I've made a gathered stitch using the longest stitch in my machine, and then I will gather the bonnet like this. This is what it looks like after I've gathered it. Okay, so now you're going to get your band. You'll be attaching the satin fabric to your African print fabric. You attach it together, iron it down, and then you're going to press the seam towards the satin side, and then you will top stitch, then you close it up together like this. So this is what it looks like after it's been top stitched and closed up. So we are ready to attach it to the bonnet. Alright, so watch closely how I'm going to attach it. So you'll be attaching just the fabric, not the lining, like this. So you're going to take the middle of the bonnet, you attach it like so, and then you flip it over, mirroring that the first side you already attached, and then you attach another one. Then you go again and attach on another end like this. Then you mirror the same one on the other side. So you'll be attaching in 4 different places. So after you attach it, then you begin to now attach the rest of the band to the bonnet. The reason why you have to attach it into 4 places is so you can have a perfect symmetry. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and attach the rest, adjusting the bonnet as you're going. If you prefer, you can also pleat your bonnet to the size of the band. Alright, so I have finished attaching the band. So now the next thing is the flip over you're going to flip over the satin, which is the lining. Alright, so we're going to be using it to cover up the raw edges. So you fold it twice like so, and then you pin it down. So you're going to do the same fold and pin down to cover up all the raw edges. And we shall be leaving about 1.5 inch opening to insert the elastic. Alright. Alright, so after pinning it, you see this is what it looks like, and then I left a 1.5 inch opening for the elastic. So I have gone ahead and sewn it down, and then I'm ready to insert the elastic. So when inserting the elastic, I did not cut out any particular size. What I did was I just leave it as is, and then I put it on my head until I get the desired snug that I want, and then I went ahead and cut out the elastic. So this is the bonnet after I've attached the elastic, and this is how it came out. And yeah, I'm very pleased with it. It's a very easy project to make without throwing away your scrap. And this is the bonnet on my mannequin. Yeah, so it's very full. It's an extra large. You accommodate all your braids. I also made a matching eye mask for this, so I am very pleased with it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.